Today we are talking about my first week of nursing school. So exciting. I got my iPad because it has my syllabus, because if you guys follow me, you know that I am just recently decided to go paperless. So I've been using Notability and GoodNotes. I just went ahead and downloaded both of them because I really didn't know which one I was going to like more. So let's see. I don't know if you can see, but this is Notability, and I have my textbook, and then I also have my syllabus in here. So today we're just going to go over what we did in the first week of nursing school. Before I go over the syllabus, I'm going to show you all of the stuff that they make you buy, because it's a lot of stuff. You got to buy a lot of stuff, and I don't even have everything. I still don't even have my ATI stuff. I got all of like my fundamentals textbooks, the drug books, all kinds of books. I just don't have my ATI stuff yet, but I should get that Monday. So in a few days I'll have it. But anyway, so we're just gonna go through the books real quick so you guys can see kind of what you're gonna need. I don't know what all they give you for ATI. I think it's only like one book. I'm not sure. I think you get like one book for each class for ATI, but I really don't know much about it, so I'm not sure. But so first and foremost is your textbook. Oh, and it's this textbook. It's the Fundamentals of Nursing. It's Perry and Potter, the 9th edition. You also get like a bunch of access codes and stuff. I went ahead, here, I'm just gonna stand up. I went ahead and I tabbed all of my chapters, so that way when it came time to like reading or studying, it would be really easy. I do have my textbook on my iPad, but there's something about a physical textbook that you can touch that I really like. So anyways, so honestly I haven't used this at all. I've been reading it on my iPad because this is so big, it's so hard to read it. But I did get a smaller binder where I put in my syllabus, and then also each week I'm going in and I am taking out the chapters for that week. So like these are the chapters for week 1, and then I also tabbed it week 1. So like when I'm going through to study, I know what I need to be reading and stuff like that. So this week it was the first 4 chapters of the textbook in this book. Once we get our ATI book, we have 4 more chapters in that too. So 8 chapters for the first week. But I didn't have my ATI book, so I went ahead and read the other 2 chapters for week 2. So I have been busy reading. But anyway, so I'm using a smaller binder and taking the chapters for each week and putting them into here, so it's not as heavy and bulky and killing my back to walk around with. So there's that. I have a bookshelf over here. That's where I'm grabbing this stuff from. So I just got hot all of a sudden. It was cold a minute ago, but now I'm hot. Go figure. Anyway, so that's my textbook, and then my other little binder that I am putting stuff into, so I don't have to carry the huge textbook. But honestly, I downloaded the PDF of my textbook onto my iPad, and I haven't brought the textbook to class at all. I've been using my iPad with my note-taking apps, and that has been doing your girl justice, because iPad is this big, weighs like nothing. You bring your pencil and your iPad, your Apple Pencil obviously, and your iPad, and you're just set to go. It's so much better than carrying a ton of crap. So yeah, so that's my textbook. I got a lot of books over here that I'm going to show you. Then for my textbook, I went ahead and bought this. I got a pack that this didn't come in. Like I got a pack of books that came with my textbook, a few other books, some access codes, stuff like that. This is a study guide, and it's legit like a freaking like a workbook that you have when you're like in middle school, and you like go through and you like fill out the stuff, and it's supposed to help you learn. So I figured, I mean, what the hell, I've been using it for 20 years to learn, so why would it be any different now? So I went ahead and bought this. I think it was like 40 bucks on Amazon. It really wasn't that bad. I haven't really used it yet. My friend from class, she it has been using it. They haven't really told us like what we needed to do because half of our stuff is missing. They're waiting for it to come in. So I read the chapters and studied them a little bit, but I haven't started using my study guide yet. Anyway, so textbooks, study guide, and then this. This was not a requirement. The Saunders NCLEX RN review thing. This was not a requirement for the class, but everybody swears to God that you need this book. So, you know what? I bought it. If I need it, if I'm going to need it to study for my NCLEX, if it's good for studying for each class, because if you go through, it has like fundamentals, maternal child health, pediatric, what else? Adult, cardiovascular, respiratory, endocrine, oncology, integumentary. So it just literally has a section for everything in this book. So I figured this would be really good to implement into my study routine to get the NCLEX style questions and just really prepare, because, you know, this is nursing school, but let's not remember the whole purpose of all of this is to pass this NCLEX. So I figured if everyone swears by it, everyone says I need it, then I'm gonna just buy it. So I bought it. This was my own personal purchase. I was not required for school. I think it was like $70 or $80. I'm not sure. I got it on Amazon. It was cheaper than I expected it to be. But yeah, so this is what it looks like. It's got a ton of crap in it. And yeah, so I got this because everyone said you needed it. And then also, I bought something on my own. Where is it? This. I had a drug guide that, they look almost exactly the same. They look almost exactly the same. Anyway, so I have a drug guide that came with my textbook, like in the pack, and it's Skidmore by Skidmore Mosby's Drug Guide for Nursing Students, the 13th edition. So this came with my textbook. But before I even got my textbook, I seen this online. It's the most updated. It's the 2019 Nursing's Drug Reference Guide. So I figured I should buy this. So I bought this on my own. Again, it was not required. We get a drug guide that that comes with it. But this one's like, oh, 2019 nursing drug. I thought it would be like more up to date or something. I don't know. Anyway, so I got that. So I have 2 drug guides. And then also my school, in the bookstore, they have like it's like a little quick study nursing thing. Like it's a little tiny book. It's supposed to boost your grades, clear, concise format, fits in your pocket, what you need to know. So it looks like a lot of like different procedures and medication, words you should know. There's all kinds of stuff. It's like a little quick study guide. Also not required for my class, but I bought because I thought, hey, I might need it. This came also in my book packet. So I'm hot. I gotta turn this fan up. Whew. That's better. I was cold. I put this jacket on. Now I'm hot. The life of a woman, let me tell you. Anyways, this is a clinical companion. This also came in the pack, and it has like right here, like this is like intramuscular, subcutaneous, intradermal. I don't know if I'm pronouncing those right, so don't make fun of me if I'm not. Don't hold me to it. But it's just like the different like ways you should be putting a needle in when you're giving somebody a shot, or I'm assuming an IV, or no, that's the intramuscular, so that would go like in your deltoid. And then intradermal, that's like, I'm assuming like a PPD test. And then subcutaneous, which is a 45-degree angle. I don't know what that one's for. But again, that's why I'm in nursing school, is to learn all of that. And then it has like the different body positions like prone and supine and flexion. What is it? Flexing and extending and all the stuff you learn in A&P. I guess it just like goes over it again. But anyways, you're supposed to take this to clinical with you, and it's supposed to like all the information that you need and stuff like that. I will bring this to clinical with me, but also my desk is behind the camera. I'm sitting on the couch in my office. But I also got this little tiny notebook, and I just think it's like so cute. It has like a little pocket thing, but I think this is perfect. Like you can just like slide this in your pocket, you know, like, and then if you need to know a medication or you don't know what something is, you just write it down, and or like information that you need, whatever. It's just $1 at Office Depot. So these will be the two things that I for sure bring to clinical with me. Plus I'm ordering, I haven't got it yet, a little pocket organizer for like your trauma shears and your pen light and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, and then this book is the Diagnostic and Laboratory Test Reference. So I'm assuming it's like lab values, like the normal ranges for, I'm gonna say like potassium, oxygen, carbon monoxide, like all the stuff in your body that like you need to know what range it needs to be in. I'm assuming that this is what that's for. I'm not really sure. We haven't really got into it yet. I bet you I know exactly what it's for by the end of this class. Anyway, so then we got this. And this didn't come in the pack. Actually, in the pack, there was an access code, and you had to go online and put in the access code, and then they sent us this because I guess they were in between editions, so they weren't giving the old edition, they were giving an access code so you could get the new edition. So then this came. So, that's all the books that I have. It's like a lot of books. So yeah, so that's all of the books that I had, and then so that's all of the stuff that they want you to have, not including ATI. I'm still supposed to get all my ATI stuff, but that is like part of, I think, our lab fees. Like we get a lab bag, we get our ATI books, like there's a few things that we get that we pay for in our lab fees or whatever, I don't know. So anyways, moving along, let's check out the syllabus. So that was all the textbooks. So right at the beginning of the syllabus, it tells you like the following books are required, blah blah blah. You also have a SurePath. You also have to have a SurePath access code. It's some kind of program online that you use in the class. Let's go over the grading scale, because this is something that nobody told me, and that I did not know that when you got into the nursing program, your grading scale would change. So you know how like in your normal prereqs or co-reqs, whatever, an A is 90 to 100, a B is 80 to 90, or 89.9, or whatever, you know what I'm saying. And then C is like a 70 to 79.9. Well, that's not how it works. Okay, so the grading scale changes once you're in the nursing program. When you're in the nursing program, D is a 69, what the hell is wrong with me? Anyways, so nursing grading scale, once you're in the nursing program, a D is a 76.9 or lower, a C is a 77 to a 79.9, a B is an 80 to an 89.9, and then an A is a 90 to 100. So pretty much your C is like, what is it? It's literally like 2 points. So anyways, you don't ever want to be that low, because they will fail your ass if you are that low. So anyway, so that's something that I didn't know, that you had to make a 77 or higher to be considered passing in the nursing program. I know there's a lot of like exit exams, like I know you have to do a medication exam. I know that there's an exit fundamentals exam, and those you have to get an 80 or higher. Those are pass or fail. If you don't get an 80 or higher, you don't pass, they'll fail you. So, and I think you only get like 1 retake or something like that. So, something to keep in mind. The grading scheme or scale for my fundamentals class, 75% of my final grade is exams. I was like, whoa, I thought that this, the 60% in my anatomy class, when I took A&P1, A&P2, I had the same professor for both classes, and 65, I think it was, 65% of your final grade was from your 2 exams. You only had 2 exams. Well, 75% of your final grade in this class is from exams. So I was like, oh, they ain't giving you much. And then 20% goes to homework, and 5% goes to a project that they make you do. So not much room for error. Especially me, I like A's. I do not like B's. Are fine, but I don't like them. I'm not bragging or anything, but the last 4 semesters I've had all straight A's. I haven't had a B since my first semester of college. So I have pretty high expectations of myself, and I expect myself to get A's. So yeah, that puts a lot. It's going to be stressful to make sure that, you know, I'm getting all A's, because I don't want to stop getting A's just because I'm in the nursing program. Like, I still want A's. I still want a high GPA. If I want to transfer somewhere for my bachelor's or something like that, I want to be able to do so wherever I want to go. I don't want to limit myself. So A's are very important for me. Anyways, moving on from books and the grading scale, we're going to get into my syllabus. So the first week, we were required to read 8 chapters. I was like, holy shit. 8 chapters in a week? Our whole semester for anatomy was 15 chapters. 8 chapters in a week? Are you crazy? Like, I was just like, that's a lot. I mean, it is what it is. You gotta do it. So our first week was 8 chapters. Every Monday we have an exam on the previous week's material. So there's that. So you got all of these readings. You got the SurePath online, which is like a ton of work that you have to do. You have the ATI online, which is like a ton of work. And all of that has to be done before Wednesday, because if not, then you can't participate in lab. So you only have like 3 days to get all these readings and all this homework done, or else they won't allow you to go into lab, because if you haven't done the material, then you don't know what you're supposed to be doing in lab, so they won't let you do it. So that's a lot. And then you have an exam every Monday on the previous week's stuff. So there's just a lot of moving parts going on. There's a paper we have to write, a project we have to do. There's volunteer hours. So pretty much what I'm saying is the assignments went from like here to like way up here when you get into the nursing program. So be ready and anticipate that your workload is going to drastically go up. It's not like anything I've ever seen. I have taken all the classes required except for nursing classes for my associate's degree, and this is nothing like I've ever seen, so not expected. But yeah, so it's just like tons of assignments, tons of exams, a bunch of skills check-offs. It's just a ton of stuff. We don't go to clinical until week 6. We do clinical on campus, which I'm assuming is like in the nursing lab with all the mannequins and stuff like that, where they're teaching you like toileting, ambulating, bed baths, feeding, all that kind of stuff. I mean, they can't just send us to clinical, they have to teach us all that stuff before they do. So we'll have clinical on campus until the 6th week, and then we will start our clinical rotations in a nursing home, so older, end of life facility. Like, all of these people are 70 or older, and they're all dealing with like terminal illnesses, not being able to take care of themselves, dementia, all that kind of stuff. So that starts in week 6. But yeah, so there's just, I'm not going to go through the whole syllabus, but there is just a ton of stuff that you have to do. Like, I just can't even, I don't even know how I'm going to do all this stuff. I mean, I'm confident that I'll do it and I'll do well, but I am a little nervous. It's a lot. But yeah, so my first week of nursing school, we only went 2 days because, again, some of our stuff, like our ATI books, weren't there, so we couldn't do everything. So we did a lecture on chapters 1 through 4. We all introduced each other. We went all of our books, our syllabus. And that's pretty much it. That's all we did the first week. I'm assuming week 2, things are going to pick up a lot. And I'm assuming that you know, our lab bags are going to come in, our ATI stuff is going to come in, and I'm assuming they're going to hit the ground running because, you know, losing this first week is pushing all of this stuff back. So that's pretty much just going to be more stuff that you have to do in a shorter amount of time because we missed the whole first week of school because we don't have our stuff. So I'm assuming that things are going to pick up pretty fast. I will be back, like, I don't know, maybe like mid-semester, something like that, a few exams in, maybe once I start clinical, something like that, and, you know, give my experience and what's been happening, and, you know, maybe a little story time, if there's a story I can tell. I don't know. We'll see what happens because this is all new to me and I don't really know anything. You guys are just along for the ride. So yeah, that's all my textbooks. That was my first week of assignments. It's a ton of crap. Like, there's so much stuff. The grading scale. And yeah, that's pretty much what's going on. And, you know, week 2 is Monday. It is, I think, Sunday today. Week 2 is Monday, honey. So we'll see how things are going then. So that's all my books, the grading scale, my syllabus. I don't have much right now because I've only done my first week, but I will be sure to have more videos coming up, and, you know, just keeping everybody up to date on the journey through nursing school and how it's going. Things are going to pick up, a lot more is going to be happening, and I can't wait to share it with you guys. So until then, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.